Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive into the world of AI. Today, we're going to be looking at AI Deep Dive from October 25th, 2024. It's been another crazy week in AI as always.
It really has.
So we're going to be checking out 4 stories that caught our eye this week, and I think they really highlight how fast things are moving. So without further ado, let's just dive right in, shall we?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about something that's probably pretty familiar to a lot of you, Apple Mail. I know a lot of iPhone users have kind of ditched Apple Mail over the years
Yeah.
and gone for Gmail or Outlook or other options, but wait a minute, because Apple Mail is getting a serious AI boost with iOS 18.1. They're rolling out some pretty cool features powered by, what they're calling Apple Intelligence. And some of them are even exclusive to the newest iPhones, like the 15 Pro and the 16.
Yeah, I mean, this is Apple really kind of signaling that they're not giving up on email. They want to compete in this space, and they're leveraging AI to try to create a better user experience for people.
Totally. And the features themselves are pretty impressive. I mean, imagine you get like a super long email. Nobody has time to read all that anymore.
Right.
But with Apple Mail's new AI-generated summaries, you don't have to. You can just get like the gist of those lengthy emails in seconds.
Yeah.
And they're also bringing smart replies to Apple Mail.
Yeah, and these aren't just your average, got it, thanks. They're supposed to be more context aware, so they're offering more, relevant and personalized responses. It's kind of like having a little tiny AI assistant helping you draft your emails.
Right, that could save a ton of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially for people who, send a lot of emails.
Yeah.
And there's more. They're also adding a dedicated priority section. So for like those time-sensitive messages, you don't miss a flight check-in or a meeting invite or something like that. And they're going to give you priority notifications right on your lock screen. You don't have to constantly be checking your inbox.
And these lock screen notifications are really interesting. They'll actually give you summaries of multiple emails, highlight, the most urgent ones. So it's really trying to give you the information you need right when you need it.
It's like they're trying to make email less of a chore.
Exactly.
Which is a pretty noble goal, isn't it?
Yeah, and while some of these AI-powered features are limited to the newer iPhones at first, by December, everyone on iOS 18 will get at least a redesigned Mail app where emails are organized into 4 different categories, so it should be easier to navigate. For everyone, I think it's going to be really interesting to see if these changes are enough to bring people back to Apple Mail.
Yeah. I mean, it's been kind of the underdog for so long, so we'll see if they can make a comeback with all this AI. All right, well, let's move on to something that really kind of blew my mind when I read about it. OpenAI's Noam Brown.
Yeah.
He's the mastermind behind like Librettis and Cicero, those incredible AI systems that, beat humans at poker and diplomacy. He presented a concept at the TED AI conference that could completely change how we think about AI.
Yeah, Noam Brown is a really fascinating figure in AI. And his work has always been pushing the boundaries. So when he says something new, a lot of people pay attention.
For sure. And here's the big idea he's saying. It's not just about, building bigger models and feeding them tons and tons of data. It's about how AI thinks. So he introduced this concept of system 2 thinking. And it's basically like a slower, more deliberate type of reasoning.
It's like the difference between making a snap judgment and actually, carefully thinking through a problem and weighing all your options.
Right, exactly. And he had this great anecdote about Librettis, the poker-playing AI. He found that just by giving Librettis 20 seconds of thinking time per hand, it was like the equivalent of increasing its data and training time by 100,000 times.
Yeah, it's a really wild concept.
It is. So basically, slowing AI down made it way smarter.
Right. It's kind of counterintuitive, but it makes sense when you think about it. Like sometimes rushing to a solution isn't always the best way, even for AI. Like giving it time to think more strategically can lead to much better results.
Yeah. And so OpenAI took this idea and ran with it. They developed a new series of models called O1 that are specifically designed for this system 2 thinking.
Yeah, and these models are supposed to be really good at things like scientific research, advanced coding, really complex stuff.
And get this, O1 scored 83% on an International Mathematics Olympiad qualifying exam.
Yeah, that's insane.
I know, right? And to put that in perspective, GPT-4 only scored 13% on the same exam.
So it really shows you the power of this kind of system 2 thinking for AI.
Right. It's not just about brute force computation anymore. It's about giving these AI systems the time to think more deeply and strategically. And that's what leads to these incredible breakthroughs.
Exactly. And you can imagine the implications for all sorts of fields. Like imagine in healthcare. with AI that can analyze complex medical data and develop new treatments more effectively.
Or in renewable energy, AI could help us design more efficient systems or come up with new solutions to our energy challenges.
It's really exciting to think about the possibilities.
It is, and we're just scratching the surface here. This is just the beginning of what System 2 thinking could unlock for AI.
Totally. I think we're going to see some amazing things coming out of this in the next few years.
Yeah,
It really makes you wonder where AI is going to go next. What breakthroughs are just around the corner?
absolutely. And speaking of, kind of unexpected turns, let's go back to OpenAI for a minute. So we talked about them disbanding their AGI readiness team, right? But that wasn't the only team. That got restructured. They also disbanded their super alignment team, which was focused on, basically keeping super intelligent AI in check. Preventing those sci-fi scenarios where AI goes rogue and takes over the world.
Right, yeah. The whole idea of superalignment was to figure out ways to make sure that if and when we create AGI, artificial general intelligence, it stays aligned with human values and goals. So even if it becomes super intelligent, we can still control it and prevent any unintended consequences.
Yeah, it seemed like a pretty important area of research, especially with all the talk about AGI being right around the corner. So why disband the team?
That's a good question. And honestly, we can only speculate about the reasons. Maybe they felt like the research wasn't progressing as quickly as they hoped, or maybe they hit some roadblocks in their approach. It's also possible that their priorities have shifted and they're focusing on other areas of AI development that they see as more pressing right now.
It's definitely a curious move, especially considering they announced the super alignment team with a lot of fanfare just last year. They even pledged to dedicate a significant portion of their computing power to it. So it makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and these team disbandments aren't the only things that are raising eyebrows at OpenAI. There's also been a string of high-profile departures recently.
All right, three of their top executives left in September. The CTO, the research chief, and a VP of research. Do we know why?
There hasn't been any official explanation, but it's fueled a lot of speculation, of course. Some people think it might be due to disagreements about OpenAI's direction, or concerns about the company's approach to AI safety, especially in light of those disbanded teams. Others suggest it could be related to the pressure and scrutiny that comes with leading a company. That's at the forefront of such a rapidly evolving and impactful field.
Yeah, it's definitely adding to the mystery surrounding OpenAI's current strategy. And then there are those rumors about OpenAI considering a shift to a for-profit model.
Right, that would be a big change from their origins as a nonprofit research organization. And it would have major implications for their research focus, their partnerships, and their relationship with the AI community as a whole.
Especially considering they just got a massive funding round valuing the company at $157 billion.
Yeah, the amount of money flowing into OpenAI is pretty mind-boggling. But at the same time, reports indicate they're expecting losses of around $5 billion this year. It's a complex financial picture, but it shows you just how much investment is going into AI research and development these days.
Yeah, big money coming in, big money going out, major team shakeups, and a potential shift in their business model. It sounds like things are pretty dynamic over at OpenAI.
Dynamic is an understatement.
Hmm.
It's a pivotal moment for them, and the decisions they make now will probably shape the future of the company, and maybe even the future of AI as a whole.
Well, while OpenAI navigates all these internal changes, let's turn our attention to something a bit more grounded. Literally, we're talking gardens. Specifically, a garden you can actually have a conversation with.
Now, this is a story that I love because it reminds us that AI isn't just about, you know,
Hmm?
complex algorithms and data crunching. It can also be used in really creative and innovative ways to enhance our lives and connect with the world around us.
Exactly, and this project is a perfect example of that. We're talking about the world's first AI-powered garden, set to be unveiled at the 2025 Chelsea Flower Show. It's a collaboration between garden designer Tom Massey and Microsoft.
Yeah, it's a really cool blend of nature and technology, showing how AI can be used to help us understand the natural world better and create these really unique experiences.
So picture this, you're walking through this beautiful garden and you see a plant that looks a little wilted, maybe it needs some water or something. Well, in this garden, you can actually ask the plant what's wrong.
Yeah, they've got all these sensors throughout the garden that collect data on everything: soil moisture, nutrient levels, pH, sunlight exposure. And all that data is fed into an AI system that's been trained on this massive database of plant information from the Royal Horticultural Society.
And get this, the AI can actually talk back to you, giving you insights into the health of the garden and offering personalized recommendations for care. It's like having your own personal gardening expert right there with you.
Yeah, it's a really fun and engaging way to learn about gardening and to develop a deeper appreciation for the complexities of the natural world.
And it's not just about the novelty factor either. This technology has some serious practical applications, especially when it comes to resource management.
Absolutely. In a world where water scarcity and sustainability are becoming increasingly important, this kind of AI-powered system could be incredibly valuable by monitoring the needs of each plant so precisely you can optimize water usage, minimize fertilizer runoff, and just create a much more environmentally friendly gardening experience.
And think about the potential for larger scale applications. Imagine parks, farms, even entire cities being managed by AI systems that constantly monitor and adjust conditions to make sure that plants are healthy and resources are being used efficiently.
Yeah, it's a glimpse into a future where technology and nature can work together in harmony to create more sustainable and resilient environments.
And there's one more thing I love about this AI-powered garden. Their commitment to sustainability goes beyond just plant care.
You're talking about the energy efficiency of the system, right?
Exactly. They designed it to be as energy efficient as possible, which addresses one of the big concerns about AI, its environmental impact.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that as we develop and deploy AI systems, we need to think about their full life cycle impact and strive for solutions that are not only intelligent, but also environmentally responsible.
It's about finding that balance between technological advancement and ecological stewardship.
Exactly. And this AI-powered garden is a beautiful example of that. Yeah, it's a really inspiring project, and it makes you think, like, what other unexpected applications are out there for AI? What haven't we even thought of yet?
Totally. I mean, the possibilities are pretty much endless at this point. All right, well, let's take a step back for a minute and kind of reflect on everything we've talked about today, from Apple Mail's AI makeover to those shakeups at OpenAI and that incredible talking garden. What are the big takeaways here for you?
Well, I think one thing that really stands out to me is how quickly AI is becoming a part of our everyday lives.
Right.
It's not just some futuristic concept anymore. It's here, it's now, and it's impacting everything from, the way we communicate to the way we interact with the natural world.
Right. And it's not just about efficiency either. Like we're seeing AI being used to push the boundaries of creativity and innovation.
Yeah.
Like that talking garden is just such a cool example of how AI can be used to create these really unique and engaging experiences.
Absolutely. And as AI systems get more advanced, we're also seeing a shift in how we think about our relationship with technology.
Mm.
It's becoming less about giving commands and more about having conversations and collaborations with AI.
Like it's almost like AI is becoming more of a partner than a tool.
Exactly. And as that partnership evolves, we also have to think about the ethical implications,
Yeah.
like those decisions at OpenAI with the disbanding of their safety-focused teams. It really highlights the importance of having these conversations about AI safety and control and making sure that we're developing these systems responsibly.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot to think about, but it's also incredibly exciting to see where all this is going. So to all you AI enthusiasts out there,
Yeah.
what are you most excited about in the world of AI? What questions do you have? What are you hoping to see in the future?
Yeah, keep exploring, keep asking questions because this is a field that's constantly changing and evolving, and who knows what amazing breakthroughs are just around the corner.
That's right. And we'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. So until next time, keep on diving deep into the fascinating world of AI.